All right. We're on. Is this thing on? The red light is blinking. The gang's all here. Naz, hello. I hope you're doing well. Oh, let me go over here. I'm like, I'll go to the one where I can actually see myself in real time, not the delayed one. I'm just gonna, that's not connecting. We're not using that screen. Hi. Bonjour, Miriam. My favorite Frenchie is here. I hope you're well. Good morning. Before we go even deeper, I need to give you a more up close view of Pi. Just take her in real quick in her excellence. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I just love her. I just love her so much. And she's the reason why class is going to be a little bit shorter today. She needs to go to the vet. Nothing serious. Just need to make sure that she does not pee outside her box anymore. So we need a little UTI medication. I know, Nicolette. Now that she's getting older, you know, it's like, I feel you, Pi. My shit getting a little weird too, you know? Hail Pi, yes. I'm like, I want to be able to see, when I go over here, I want to be able to see the chat. Let me make sure I fix this real quick. Chat box, I want to see you. I want to see it. I don't know. Streamlabs be, you know, a little bit weird today. I do what I can. I do what I can. I know, lots of courage. I believe in French they call it bon courage. No? Good courage? I don't know. Do you know, Pi? Do you need to lay on your back really quick as I talk about what we're gonna do in class today? We're gonna stretch just like this. If I could do this all to you, what is this bug on you? Ants stuck in her fur. So we're gonna continue. My microphone is down there, but I'm gonna talk into Pi's fur. We're gonna continue our little journey into fold land. And we're going to work on a couple of shapes that we did last week. We're just going to continue the journey. So last week we did those pyramids, those floating pyramids. Kamar was with us. It was so fun. And we're gonna try a shape called super soldier pose. This is not in the traditional yoga canon. This is a recently imagined shape. So there's no Sanskrit for it. And honestly, I don't like the word that they came up with it anyways. Soldier pose, I'm like, okay. Anyways, but it's really fun. It's kind of like a standing split, a hip opener, a little bit of twist. So in order to assist you and me, because I'm going to be dealing with it as well, through this movement journey, having things like blocks, maybe a yoga strap will be helpful. Oh, both sides. Do my other cheek, please, mother. I will oblige. So again, having those props always helpful. And, you know, the trusty fail-safe wall. Being next to a wall, always helpful. Right, Pi? Right, my love? She's so sweet. I just love her so much. I have a feeling like we're going to have a good day at the vet. Like you're not going to have any problems going because you're with me. Oh, hi, Shayla. Oh, I got it right, Miriam. Yes. Hi, Anita. Hi, Jessica. Welcome. It's just my butt in space talking to you. I'm just going to waggle it side to side because that actually feels really good. Ugh, I'm feeling kind of all sorts of hormones and not my tippity top. But that's okay because I believe in training the body in accordance with your cycles. And that's for everybody. It doesn't matter what kind of plumbing you got. You know what I mean? So I'm ready to cycle out of this summer season. If you study Ayurveda, I think it's Vata. Any people are familiar with Ayurveda? Am I saying it right? I'm always like terrified that I'm saying things wrong. Like there was this TikTok creator I was looking at, and he was like, please, for the love of God, stop saying basmati rice. He's like, it's basmati. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been saying it wrong the whole time. So if I'm saying it wrong, let me know. But I believe it is Vata season. And we're moving out of it. We're starting to get into fall. We're all just going to turn into pumpkins, and I couldn't be more pleased. TBH, I am ready. All right. So again, if you're just hopping on, welcome. Shorter stream today. I'm aiming for 45 minutes. I'm going to stick to that because me and Pi need to go say hello to the vet, get some UTI meds for the lady. So this class will conclude Eastern time at around 1:15-ish. That's the goal. Again, because I just like to say it multiple times because people sometimes hop on late. So understandable. Having some blocks, wall space, maybe straps if your hamstrings feel particularly tight. I say we get going. I'm undecisive on what I want to listen to. I always just keep it in my ears, because I can't stream music on YouTube for a myriad of reasons. Because that's the quickest way to get your shit locked down. So maybe I'll do my Discover playlist. Maybe the Spotify gods will smile upon me today. Let's see what's in here. All right. I'll give it a go. I've been failed before, but we'll do some exploring. All right, you ready? I'm ready. Let's get started seated. Let's have a sit. I'm also gonna make space. I'm gonna ask Pi for permission to have the center of my. Pi, can I sit there, dude? Like, we love you, and we're all about Pi taking up the space she needs and requires, but it would be so helpful if I could sit there. So I want you to sit crisscross applesauce. If your hips feel really tight, know that you can prop yourself up on a bolster, on a block, up on some blankets. They're off screen, but I have like some wool blankets off to the side. Thank you. Thank you so much. And once you're seated, I want you to just feel yourself sit up nice and tall. Usually I like to kind of wiggle into place, a little more precarious if you're on blocks. But I want to start with some box breath. So box breathing is a really nice way to downregulate your nervous system, just bringing a little more awareness overall to your breath. So here's how it goes. Of course, you empty all the air out of your lungs. I want you to take an inhale breath, and then I want you to hold, and then you're going to exhale breath, and then you're going to hold with no breath. yeah? I say we aim for 4 seconds. So 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold, yeah? Let's do it 4 times, just sticking with the number 4, okay? I will cue you, you got this. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold that breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that exhale breath for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold that air in for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. No breath for 3, 2, 1. Halfway there, let's go. Inhale, breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. No breath in the body for 3, 2. Here we go. Last one. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold that breath in for 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Nice job for 3, 2, 1. No breath in the body for 3, 2, 1. Take a normal breath. Exhale it out. One more time. Inhale, breath. And exhale out. Nice job. Let's take your hands onto your thigh area. And I want you to turn your elbows out and your fingertips in. So you're kind of in this like rounded, you're kind of like open across the chest here. And I want you to just move your ribs to your right and to your left. So you're just trying to get a little stretch, a little space. I'll go to the second camera, so just in case you want a better view. I think I positioned it high enough. We'll see. Kinda, sorta. So we're just mobilizing the spine and getting some stretching into the side body. And we're getting a nice view of pie. I know you like being the star of the show, madam. All right, now let's bring us all the way back towards our center. If you're sitting up on a block, I would take it out. If you're on a bolster or a blanket, you should be fine from here. But I want us to go through seated cat-cow. So you'll contract back, hands onto the front of your shin bones now so that you got something to hold on to. And then pull yourself forward, open up the chest, yeah? Take it back, that's your exhale. And inhale, bring it forwards, nice job. Keep going just like that. Cat-cow seated, probably one of my favorite things to do. If you want, you can continue doing this for the next 10 or 15 seconds or so, or you can combine the two things we were just doing by going in a full circle. So I like to start forwards, take my ribs to the left, back, right. And then we'll take it into the opposite direction. Great, last one. And we're all the way back to center. Now I'm gonna lean back so I can lengthen my legs out in front of me. I'm gonna start facing my front. I just like facing you guys, okay? All right, we're gonna get our legs warmed up. This is not gonna be all the way yogic. This is just general stuff I like to do to get my hamstrings open, yeah? You can still be up on some blankets if your sit bones need it, but I want us to just warm up our legs, get our nervous system awake by bouncing our legs like this, one at a time. If you're familiar with Middle Eastern dance, belly dance, this is a good way that I learned to train my shimmies because shimmies come from the knees. So this is something that we would do to warm up. But it feels really good, for me at least. Backs to the legs, everything's getting kind of woken up here. Pi does not really like it. She's giving me some glares. And you can keep it at a medium pace, or you can quicken it and really get those engines going. Great, we got 10 more seconds. 3. Last 2. And 1. Relax those legs. And let's get into a forward fold. Bend into your knees. Wow, let me try saying that again. Bend into your knees and start to move forwards any amount that you can with a flat spine. We're focusing on our flat spine first. Sometimes it even helps to like grab onto a part of your leg to almost like pull yourself forwards. We'll take a breath in, and then with your exhale, forward fold, round your spine. All right, let's bring you back up. I want you to bend into your knees, take your hands by your side, fingertips face forward. We're gonna lift into a reverse tabletop position to open up the fronts of your shoulders. You can keep looking forward, or you can let the head fall back, but we're not gonna be here for very long. One more inhale. And with your exhale, take the hips back down, lengthen the legs back forward in front of you. Let's go for another forward fold. Again, you can bend the knees to help you really sit up straight with a flat spine. Maybe you try to dig a little bit deeper into that fold. 1 inhale breath, and exhale, let that go. Nice. All right, let's bring you back up from here. Now I want to give you a little bit of an option here. You can go back into that reverse tabletop position, which I'm now a little bit obstructed from doing, or you can go into a reverse plank. So it's pretty much the same. The only difference is your legs are going to stay straight. So hands plant by your side, fingertips face forward. I like to point through my toes when I do this. So lengthen, lift. I really like to let the head fall back for this one. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. One last forward fold. Again, starting with your flat spine. Maybe pulling yourself even deeper, sliding the heels a little bit further away. And then take that all the way down. My yoga mat is covered in cat hair. All right, let's bring ourselves back up. And a little bit of a combination of both of those things. Now, whether you choose to just do one or do both. I want you to bend into your right leg, come up onto the big toe ball mound, and plant your left hand behind you. We're gonna lift through the hips, point through that left toe, open up your chest towards the sky. So it's just like you're in like a fallen triangle or flip dog or whatever. And then bring your hips all the way back down. Nice, same thing on the other side. Bend to the left leg, try to get up onto that big toe ball mound. Push through the right hand, lift your hips, get everything up, arcing, front body opening. And let's take it all the way back down. Now let's bring both knees into a bend. Great. And you can just cross your shin bones, move forwards. Or if you want to take a couple of rocks, because it feels really nice for your spine, go for that. We're gonna come all the way through into a high plank. Sorry about it. Step the feet back, lengthen the tailbone, push into the hands, and I want you to create a doming in the upper spine, AKA protraction into the shoulder blades. Hold that plank, 5 breaths. Great, last 3. Take your last big breath here and let the exhale guide you back into downward facing dog. Now take any of the kind of intuitive movements that you like to do in downward facing dog, whether that is pedaling or rocking the hips side to side. And then we're gonna do some more dynamic movement through your spine and to get us ready for our sun A flow and our sun Bs that's gonna build up to that peak posture. All right, so from that downward facing dog, I want you to lift up your toes, lift up your heels so that you're on your toes. Roll yourself forward into a high plank position. Bend into your knees, slide back, push back, lengthen out the legs into downward facing dog. Great, let's go again. Lift the heels, roll forward, bend into the knees, slide back, lengthen out the legs. Total of 5. Great, last one. And once you get back into that downward facing dog, widen out your stance for me. Try to get your heels down to the ground if possible. We're going to try a down dog twist. Now your right hand can just travel to the center. Maybe it tries to reach all the way for the outside of your left leg. It can even scoop underneath the heel if you have that level of mobility. Not required, just one way to slice that pie, yeah? Now this really asks you to stay stable through the left shoulder. That's why I like doing this one. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. Right hand plants. Again, you can just work on that single arm work. Left hand can come to the center, or you can reach somewhere along the outside of that right leg, scoop the heel, grab the ankle, whatever you did, side one. Now constantly think about bumping your hips center. One more breath. And then we'll take the left hand back down to the ground. Great. Widen out the stance even more so that you're more like lighting or lining the outer edges of your mat. And I want you to take your hands and walk them back. That way you're in this wider version of a forward fold. Bend into your knees, and then let's roll ourselves all the way up towards standing. Great, pivot on your heels. Turn the toes so that they are now pointing off of your mat or even all the way off your mat. And we're gonna bend into our knees and try to work into our malasana. So elbows are gonna push into those inner thighs. That's what I like to do to help me really externally rotate through my hips. Place your hands down onto the ground. Lift the hips and bring the feet back into parallel. Let's repeat that. I want you to bend into your knees, roll it all the way up. Pivot on the heels, turn the toes out, bend into your knees, start to work down. Now, if your ankle mobility or if your hip mobility is not enabling you to get all the way down and still maintain these positions, then just go down towards that limit, even if it means your butt is higher or even in alignment with your knees. Great, hands come down. Lift, turn the feet back to parallel. We're gonna repeat this one more time. I know it's kind of brutal onto the hips. Turn out and take it down. All right, hands down, lift hips, turn the feet parallel. And then walk them back to whatever your hip width distance is. Walk the hands forward, high plank position, and then take it back into downward facing. Let's get through our Surya Namaskar A. I want you to lift heels, bend knees, look forward. Travel, whether that's by stepping or taking a hop towards the front. Big toes can touch, or you can stay hip width distance, of course. Halfway lift, lengthen everything out, lean a little bit of weight into the toes. And then Uttanasana, forward fold. Rise all the way up to standing, Uttita Hasta. So arms reaching up And then samastitihi. Hands can come to heart center, or you can go down by your side body, whatever your practice prefers. My boobs are eating my microphone. Reach both arms up again. Inhale, breath. Exhale, forward fold. Great. Now let's step back into a high plank and go through chaturanga, modified, or even completely omitting. So modified, knees down. You can also work down to your cobra, activating the back muscles, pulling back. If you're already ready for your upward facing, make it happen, Captain. You know what's best for you. And then exhale back into downward facing, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Please take 3 breaths here. Heels nice and high, bend your knees, look forward. Step to the front. If you prefer one foot to step forward, see if you can train yourself to step with the opposite. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana, fold. Rise all the way up to standing. And samastitihi, your way. Inhale, reach arms back up. And forward fold, take it down. Great, step back. High plank or dandasana. High to mid planks, your way, omitting, again, all up to you. Customize your practice, please. 3 breaths. I'm going to start using the jumps forward. Know that if you're starting to use these jumps, really grip into your fingers. Use those as your breaks. Great way to start to train for inversions. All right, heels high, bend your knees, look forward, let's travel. Ardha, Uttanasana, fold. Utthita Hasta, arms up. Samastitihi. Reach up. Forward fold. Start to move through, high to mid. Urdhva Mukha. Adho Mukha, downward facing. We're going to go 2 more times. Travel time, let's go. Ardha and fold. Rise up to standing. And arms by side. My microphone does not want to stay in place. Rise back up and forward fold. Chatta. Urdhva. Adho. We got 1 more round. Keep breathing. I know the down dogs feel repetitive, but that's kind of the point. This is an incredible way to condition your shoulders. All right, transition your way to the front. Ardha and fold. Rise up to standing. Samastitihi. Arms reach back up. And forward fold. Chatta. Urdhva. Adho. Now let's take a 5-breath reset here. If you want a little more space in the shoulders, I'll never fight you on throwing in one of these bad boys. Dolphin pose, so great. If there's any other things that you're wanting to add in as we do this 5-minute reset, I never like to call it a break because those are not any kind of resting postures by any stretch of the imagination. So pick your poison, even if it means you have a sit and a little drink of water, okay? I'm just checking the time because time flies. Yeah, I'm already like, yep. And class is shorter too. Great. Fit it all in 20 minutes, TL. Go. All right. Now, once you finish off those like 5 rounds of breath in whatever shape, we're gonna be back into downward facing dog, okay? I want you to lift up your right leg into 3-legged. Again, this is just gonna be really basic, similar to what we did last week, okay? Pull the knee in towards your chest, round, push, so that you can step the foot between your hands. Great. Lower the left knee down, stack shoulders above your hips, reach your arms up overhead. So we're working into our Anjane or Anjaneyasana. And then either you go into a runner stretch or you go into your half splits or Ardha Hanumanasana, yeah? So whichever one of those you like. Go back and forth 2 more times. All right, we'll come back forwards into your lunge, and I want you to step your left foot forwards so that you're standing fold at the top. Show me your halfway lift, and then work back into your fold. Now, from that forward fold, I want you to bend your knees, sit the hips back, reach your arms towards the upper hand corner. Great. Now we're gonna bring this into a twist. I want you to take your right arm back, left arm forwards. Sit a little bit deeper and make sure that your right knee isn't trying to slip back and out of alignment with the left. Great. Inhale, come back into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lifts. Step your left foot back behind you and then extend your right leg back. Just giving you the option if you want to try Ekapada. Just any little power moves to throw in here, okay? Straight to the other side. Left leg lifts. Try to keep it nice and straight for this first one. Knee comes towards nose. Push away from the ground. That's going to make space for the foot to step through unless anatomy holds you back, okay? Hip flexor stretch, Anjane. Bring yourself up, reaching up. Ugh. I'm constantly trying to create posterior tilt here, even though it feels impossible. All right, and then hamstring stretch of your choice, Ardha Hanumanasana or half split. You can also do a runner stretch if you're trying to avoid too much knees on the ground. All right, now keep going back and forth. 2 more times. Oh, the hamstrings be tight today. And once we come back into our lunge, tuck your back toes, lift up your back knee, step forward. Halfway lift, and with your exhale, fold. Now bend into your knees, bring yourself into your chair. And then we're gonna do an open twist to your left. So left arm back, right arm forwards. Make sure the knees didn't just do the slippy thing again. Sit deep. This is a lot of core. Sneaky core. Great, take it back into chair. And forward fold. Step back with your right foot. And then you can extend your left foot back to go through high to mid. Upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, breaths in. Breaths out. Let's go through again and add on. Right leg lifts. This time, open up your hip. Bend into your knee. Great, square off the hip. Bring knee towards your nose. Push, push, push. And step through into a low lunge. Same thing, Anjane. And then take it into a hamstring stretch of your choice. We're only doing this one time. Bend into your front knee. Back foot can hop forward a little bit. I want us to go into a standing split. Now from the jump, you can take some blocks underneath your hands to make your life a lot easier, okay? And know that your standing splits don't have to be 12 and 6 to be considered standing splits, okay? Anytime the legs are separated from each other on this plane, That's a split, right? So even if it looks more like a warrior three, it is a split. You're doing great. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Nice job. One more time like that. Breath in. With your exhale, release the left foot down and fold forwards. Bend into your knees, reach the arms towards your upper hand corner. And then take it into an open twist. Great. Now, if you want a deeper twist here, I'm gonna ask you to bring your left elbow onto your right thigh. You can still keep these arms open like this. It's actually kind of nice. Maybe you even want to do a little bind, open up the shoulders. All right. Nice job. Let's get us out of here. Forward fold. Right foot is going to stay there. Left foot is going to step back. Pivot your left heel to the ground. Open up into Virabhadrasana 2. Arms reaching towards front and back. Flip this right palm. Open up. Reverse warrior. Side body stretch. Great. Triangle pose one time. Lengthen out through the right leg. Right hand can find your shin bone. Right hand can find a block. Right hand can find the ground if that's comfortable for your body. Stay here for 3. Keep breathing, wrapping this top hip back behind you. 2. And 1. Rebend into the front knee, square yourself down, and you can go through your high to mid plank with that single leg. Urdhva Mukha. Adho Mukha, downward facing. Left leg lifts, hip opens. Great, let's square it off. Pull the knee towards your nose, step through, low lunge. One time on Janae. And then hamstring stretch of your choice. Great, rebend into your front knee. Back foot can hop forward a little bit. Standing splits, round 2. To me, standing splits is like having couples therapy. You gotta compromise, you gotta give, you gotta receive. I mean, there's all sorts of analogies I could probably come up with. I am both the top and the bottom. I'm simultaneously topping myself and I'm bottoming for myself. Oh my God. Ugh. All right, we got this for 3. We got this for 2. And let's bring it back down. Bend into your knees, sweep it up, hooray. We're in our chair again. Left arm goes back, right arm goes forward. Okay, if you want deeper, you went deeper on the other side. Right elbow, left thigh. Maybe you took a little half bind. I don't know why twisting just makes me feel so spicy. All right, let's bring ourselves back home. Forward fold, left foot stays forward, right foot goes back. Pivot the right heel down, into warrior 2 you go. Reverse. And triangle pose. Lengthen out through that left leg, shift hips off center. If you're gonna hold on to the leg, I just don't want you to feel like all your weight's there. There's too much sassiness in the hip. My cue is always going to be like, I want some core, I want some hips holding you up here. That's why triangle pose is so difficult, because you're moving yourself in this plane and trying to rely on core to hold you up. Here for 3. Last 2. And 1. Let's rebend into that knee. Square yourself off. Work through the same way you did on the other side. So high to mid, Maybe you did another single-legged. And we're back. All right. Now take a break if you need. We're gonna go into our last piece of class because we only have 10 minutes left. Ah! So the first thing I'm gonna do to you, not to terrify you, is we're going to try a down dog balance. It's probably my least favorite of down dog balances to do. So let me show you what it looks like. So remember earlier when we kind of shortened up our stance a lot and we tried to really ground through all four corners? That's what you want to do first and foremost, okay? One leg is going to lift, the knee is going to bend, okay? Now the opposite arm is going to try to either work its way back, work its way up the leg, maybe find the foot. My best advice is to just go slow, and if you feel yourself falling, catch yourself. Let's try it, yeah? I gotta do my other side, which I think is my better side, so that's good. I started with my bad side first. All right, we're in our very grounded down dog. I want equal balance of weight in hands and feet. So if you feel like you're super far forward on the hands, it's gonna place so much pressure on the shoulders. And if you're too far back in the feet, it's really, really awkward. So again, remember, you've got equal distribution of your weight. Left leg lifts and opens. Get your confidence through that left hand, at least I'm talking to myself. And you can even just try touching your opposite leg. I mean, that's like step one, right? So hard. Did you guys get it? Yes, you did? Everybody nailed it? Yes. All right, you have to do both sides, okay? If you haven't done both sides yet, do both sides. My Spotify Discover has not been failing me. This is great. All right. Now we're gonna bring ourselves back into our downward facing dog, and we're gonna try to go through this flow and pull off that soldier pose, okay? All right, from your downward facing dog, right leg is going to lift. I know you already did this shit, right? Open up through the hip. Let's not have any flashbacks. All right, bring the knee towards your nose. Ooh, step through. Take your hip flexor opener, enjambé. Noise, hamstring stretch. All right, now let's take you forwards. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, hop it forward if you need, and then work your way into your standing split. All right, great. Now listen up. I want you to bring this left foot back down towards the ground, but just step it out towards your left-hand side. Think about bringing this right arm to the inside of your right leg. I know it sounds like a little bit confusing, a little bit weird, so I'm gonna put on this second camera so you can hopefully get a little bit of a better view. All right, so once you're this close, again, your right hand is right on the inside of that leg, okay? Think about snuggling the shoulder inwards. Now lean the weight back into your right foot, pick up the left leg, and try to go back into a standing split-like shape. Now right arm can leave the ground, left leg is going to bend, and you're gonna try to grab for the foot. Now you wanna try to push through that split and point the left knee up towards the sky. Yeah? This is where blocks and or just being close to a wall, especially behind you, can be really helpful, yeah? So let me show it again. right? We were in our split, we give ourselves some space, we tried to snuggle in, we shifted, we grabbed, and then we tried to lengthen and point that knee up towards the sky. Know that if you start falling, please let go of your foot. Don't go down with the ship. Just like I did there. All right, you guys. We've officially worked that side out. So if you're still holding onto that foot, let's let it go. We're just gonna step our way back into a lunge again. We'll pivot, open up into warrior two, and then we're gonna take reverse trikonasana because we got places to be. Great, rebend into your knee, work all the way down, and then get out of there, high to mid. Upward facing and downward facing. Great job. Left leg lifts, hip opens. And then we'll step through knee to nose, starting on Janae. Knee down, lift, open. Hamstring stretch, take it. All right, rebend into your front knee. Again, taking that little hop forward to go into your standing split. And then we'll return this right foot down. We'll step it out to the side. And we're gonna try to bring this left arm towards the inside of our foot. Thinking even about snuggling the shoulder in towards the thigh. All right, and then we'll lean the weight back into the foot, bend into the left knee. We'll try to grab the foot, lengthen through the leg, and open. It's really helpful, especially because you're fucking upside down, you're twisting, you're doing a hip opener, to just focus on one thing. So there's this like door hinge behind me and I'm looking at that and I'm trying to not lose eye contact. It's just like in dance class. When you're doing turns, you need to spot something to hold your attention and to move in that direction. It's a similar thing if you're doing really intense focus work or drishti work in your asana practice. I just like to find an anchor point, focus on that thing. Soldier, yeah? Again, if you feel more secure doing this with like a wall behind you, that always helps me. Ooh. Hello. All right. Ugh. Let's get out of that bad boy. Right foot is gonna step back. We'll pivot, we'll open up into our two. And then we'll go into reverse trikonasana. Bring it all the way back down. Move through your last high to mid plank. Upward facing. And you can either take it back into down dog or lower your knees right away and take it into child's pose. Great job, you guys. Yay. You did so good. I know that was some tough moves right there. All right. Take a couple more beats in this child's pose. If you want to do like side body stretches in it, good with it, make it happen. We'll do one more breath here. And then we'll bring ourselves up just so that we can swivel off to one side and come down onto our backs. Really recommend doing like a slow descent down using your core. And we just did all that folding, so let's do a bridge just to like counter that shit. You can also walk the feet wider and try like a wide bridge. Sometimes that feels really good for me. You can also walk your hands up onto your low spine, triceps into the ground. Big support right here. And then we'll take it down and spend a few moments to ourselves here just to make this practice concrete, lock it in, express some gratitude for ourselves, this body, this space, today, our past, everything that brought you right to this moment. We'll take 10 breaths. Last 3 breaths. Maybe you start to shape shift a little bit. Take your arms up above your head. Take your feet wider. And then we'll roll y'all off to one side. And whichever arm is on top, use that arm to push yourself up. Wow. You guys, Monday has been handled. Oh. Nice. Call me Rice Krispie because I was snap, crackle, popping all over. Were you now? I was too. Oh, that was interesting for old TL. I didn't find my feet. Oh, I know, Miriam, those feet can get so elusive. Oh, you're so welcome, Stephanie. Thanks, Naz. It was fun for me too. Now I feel definitely ready to go back to the vet. I don't know why I'm just like, ugh. Ever since her tooth procedure that didn't go that great, I've been just very anxious to go back to the vet, but this should be an easy visit. Nothing crazy or out of the ordinary. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Oh, thank you, Shayla. Thank you, Itzel. Oh, merci beaucoup, Miriam. Thank you. Bisous, bisous, always. Yeah, I'm like, I don't have to be there for another 40 minutes, but I want to get like the carrier out and just like get her mentally ready to go in the carrier. Bust out the churu, let her know that everything's gonna be okay. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Everybody wants to send you good messages. Let's receive their love. Let's receive their love and support. She says, thank you. Everything's gonna be good. You know, us ladies, we got UTIs and stuff. Like, that's just what we have to deal with, you know? Hopefully after this, no more vet visits for the rest of the year. Let's just agree on that, okay? Especially because a couple weeks ago we had to go and get this all figured out. Your skin got irritated. It's looking all better now, all healed. Good job, baby. Good job. I'll lint roll myself. These poor Lulu pants are covered. Oh, all right, you guys. I'm gonna get some food in me, get pie ready. Classes this week. Thursday we have our beginners class, same time as always. And then we're doing bar again. We're back to bar. Friday, 5 p.m. for you West Coasters in the States. 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I know that kind of counts out my friends overseas. I'm so sorry. I know that's very early in the morning for you. It's like midnight, 1 a.m. I don't know. Maybe you're a night owl. But I always try to record, repost those things so that everybody can either take if they can't make it, or if it just doesn't work for their time zone. So if I don't see you this week, same time, same channel next Monday. And I hope you all, 1 a.m. I'm sorry. Oh, thanks, Indian Walker. Bum smacks will be delivered. Yes, we'll be back to chilling this time without funny ideas of where it's okay to pee. All right, my loves, I'll see you next week. Have a beautiful rest of your day. One final view of pie before we go. Bye, pie. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves you. Thanks, guys, for coming. See you next week.